For the beginning of the year, I had a specific goal, which was to get a house in Lagos in 3 months. So I did set a specific goal towards that, and even though it took longer than I expected, I was still able to achieve that. First of all, if you're in Lagos, you will know how stressful getting a house is.
For some people, their income doesn't match their lifestyle. I don't know how they do it. Please, I need tips. Please, just drop a message for me.
I need tips too.
Okay, we do.
So, I was very grateful to the people that I had around me.
Hello, beautiful people. It's Ike here. It's exciting to be here. It's always a privilege to sit here and talk with you. If you're a new audience, welcome. This is the Morning Talk podcast. This is our workplace podcast where we share ideas, stories that are designed to be insightful, interactive, and fun. And if you're a returning audience, thank you for sticking with us. So in our last video, we talked about financial goals, realigning your financial goals for the rest of the year. And today on this video, we are still on financial goals, but we'll be discussing the smart way to set financial goals. Financial goals, like there's a smart way to set financial goals. And I am so honored and happy to have with me a very beautiful, intelligent, financially savvy Jenny.
Oh my God, thank you.
Jenny.
Hi,
How are
you're good. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It was last minute, but you pulled through.
Yeah,
I'm so grateful.
Always happy to help.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Okay, so like I said, we'll be talking about the smart way to set financial goals.
Okay.
So I understand that financial goals is something that is intentional, something that you go into with purpose, something that you actually, there needs to be a purpose, there needs to be a vision, you need to have seen something. So, and then there are smart ways to set financial goals. And SMART actually represents acronyms for actually different words. So the S there is specific. So now I'm going to ask you, have you had any goal that you could actually say, okay, this specific goal, this is what I decided I wanted to do, and you actually did it?
Okay, so for the beginning of the year, I had a specific goal, which was to get a house in Lagos in 3 months. So I did set a specific goal towards that. And even though it took longer than I expected, I was still able to achieve that. So yeah.
That's actually very specific, because the thing about the SMART framework to actually setting financial goals is it has to answer the question why you're setting the goal, how much you intend to actually pull through at the end of the day, and then what results you're hoping to get. Like that specificity, it actually points at a particular thing. So we're going to move on to the next framework, which is the M framework. And it says it has to be measurable. It has to be something that you can track. It has to be like a trackable progress. So, and for your goal, you said you actually decided that, okay, yes, it was going to be like 3 months. So did you have any challenge along the way? Was there something that was like, oh, will I be able to do this?
Of course. First of all, if you're in Lagos, you will know how stressful getting a house is. You would always have to constantly increase your budget. Let's say you have a budget of 500K. Getting a very decent apartment in Lagos with 500K is very close to impossible. So, you constantly have to readjust that goal. Okay, I think I have to probably increase to like 600, 700 just to be able to get something standard. So yeah, I would say that was one challenge that I had.
So now moving on to the next framework, which is actionable. That is realistic progress. It has to be realistic. So you said something about, okay, you had to like increase your budget. You had to keep going higher, keep going higher, keep going higher. So was it easy for you? Because I know so many people, your financial goal literally has to align with your income, your lifestyle. If your income can match your lifestyle, for some people, their income doesn't match their lifestyle. I don't know how they do it. Please, I need tips. Please, just drop a message for me.
I need tips too.
Okay, we do.
Yeah.
So for you, how was it? How was it balancing? Was it difficult to actually, because you had an idea, you had an amount which you wanted, but then having to meet with these agents and then realizing you had to keep upping. Was it easy actually?
So no, definitely it wasn't easy, because at some point you're going to have to cut down on some certain things that you say. For instance, you're someone that doesn't like to cook, you like to buy food outside, but you have to just cut down on that. Go and cook.
Material.
Exactly. So if you spend 10K weekly on a meal, you have to either budget that money into cooking to be able to cut down. So yeah, obviously you have to cut down on a lot of expenses that you normally wouldn't do. Just to be able to get to that goal that you want, you have to cut it down. So for me, I would say it wasn't easy, but I definitely knew what I wanted. I knew the goal I set for myself. So I had to just, make some adjustments, some tweaks here and there to be able to suit it. So yeah.
Yeah. So moving on to the next framework, and the SMART framework is the letter R. And it actually says your financial goal has to be relevant, aligned priorities. It has to be something that at the end of the day, it actually fits into the bigger picture. And I understand, you you work in Lagos, obviously getting an accommodation that's comfortable.
Yeah.
It actually helps with mental health and all that. If you're not comfortable where you live, then I think it would actually affect your productivity at work.
Exactly.
So if you're going to be setting a very smart financial goal, it has to be relevant to the big picture. It has to be something that, okay, yes, on the long run, is it important? Yes, I want that beautiful shoe that I've seen in that store, but then on the long run, scale of preference, does it really weigh much more than actually having, say, an accommodation, a suitable and comfortable accommodation? So on the last approach, we're going to be talking about time bound. I love how specific your goal was. It wasn't big, it wasn't general. It was something that you actually said within 3 months. And so were you able to actually see through? Or did it extend beyond the 3 months?
Like I said, I had to make adjustments. So it obviously did extend, but I was very grateful to the people that I had around me, because sometimes it can just be really stressful, from the house agents to if you've gone house hunting in Lagos, you know how stressful it is. So at some point it did extend, but I was still able to manage it. So it was something that I was still able to do in a very short period of time. Yeah, because like 4 months. Yeah.
So if I'm understanding you, there should be, regardless of how your financial goals are or what you see in the beginning, there should be room for flexibility.
Exactly.
So don't be so strict on yourself. It's going to be challenging, yes, but then it actually gives you that momentum. You actually push through. You actually say, okay, yes, this is what I've decided to do. Having what I want when I want it.
Exactly.
Like Ariana said, I see it.
I want it.
I got it. Like, it's just financial goals. It actually helps you just leave that level of freedom and independence that you're really going to love. So, all right, beautiful people, if you've been watching, please kindly click on the subscribe button so you get notified every time there's a new video update, and like our videos. Please do like our videos. So the guys behind like their videos. They put in a lot of work. A lot of sweat. Prosper is moved to tears right now. Please show some love to Prosper. Show some love to Godwill, who's holding the mic stand with. I can see veins moving. Please like.
You guys are going to come for you later on.
Please like the videos so they actually feel motivated to do more. So Jenny, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
There's a beautiful surprise for you.
Okay.
My Odogu.
Okay. I'm happy.
Just send me that 10 digits.
Of course.
Well, for those people that I told to come and didn't, I look forward to seeing you next time, like we all do. So please like, share, subscribe. We love you. Bye.
Bye. Hi, this is Jenny, and I am live in the Money Talk series. So you know what? Do make sure to like, comment, and follow us on YouTube. And I cannot wait to see you guys. Bye.